Absolutely. Well, I'm delighted to say we've got another very interesting and special guest joining us outside Westminster Abbey, and it is King's Scout, Abigail McFarlane. Abigail, thank you so much for speaking to us here on GB News. Now, you were inside Westminster Abbey and you had a special job, didn't you?
I did indeed. Thank you for having me. So I was leading the rededication of peace. It was the last reading of the service, so I had quite a bit of responsibility there. I hope it went okay.
That sounds absolutely like a huge sort of moment for you, speaking after, of course, so many other significant figures in this service, and this service really being the culmination of, I suppose, a week of commemoration, of celebration. What was the atmosphere like inside the Abbey?
Oh yeah, I had some good company, didn't I? It was brilliant inside the Abbey. There was some good laughs, but I think just a sense of pride and sense of awe, remembering the joy of VE Day, but also obviously the sadness of the war, the years of war beforehand. So it was certainly quite the experience being here, being in person.
Yeah, fantastic. An amazing experience that so few get to have in a lifetime. But Abigail, tell us, what exactly is a King's Scout as opposed to your bog standard scout? And how were you chosen to have this role in Westminster Abbey?
Yeah, of course. So being a King's Scout, achieving your King's Scout award is one of the top awards that you can achieve as a Scout. So it's open for those of us who are 14 to 25, but usually you're kind of expected to get it when you're a bit older, as you've had more experience. And so to achieve this award, you have to have a certain time as a Scout, time spent as a Scout. You have to have done a certain amount of nights away. You have to do an expedition, your physical skills, a bit of volunteering, a residential, and some activities from what we call the International Community and Values list as well. So quite a lot of stuff. If any of you at home watching have got your Gold DOV, think of that, your Gold Duke of Edinburgh Award, think of that, and then add about 6 other activities on top of that. So it's a real achievement, and it's really great that so many Scouts managed to achieve this award. And yeah, as a King Scout, I got an email asking if I wouldn't mind being part of this ceremony, and of course I jumped at the chance.
Yes, absolutely the right choice there. I didn't get past the bronze level of the Duke of Edinburgh. So there you go. No, I wouldn't make it as a King's Scout.
Well, no, I think I left the Scouts somewhere through my sort of secondary education, I think. But it is of course fascinating to see. I mean, such a roster of the great and the good of society, the top politicians, the top royals, so many different individuals there inside that ceremony. I mean, in many ways harking back to the initial VE Day ceremony led by Sir Winston Churchill, with that procession of parliamentarians into that same room. That sense of occasion, that sense of history must have rung out strong.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the procession of witness was probably my favourite part. Just seeing everybody walking down, just seeing the procession. There was a young boy carrying a gas mask, and that was like, wow, how young these children lived through this. And yeah, it was something really historic. I'm really proud to have been a part of it.
You should be. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your afternoon to speak to us on GB News. Really, really great to have you on. Abigail McFarlane, I don't know why I'm struggling with that, King's Scout, and who was in Westminster Abbey and delivered one of the last readings.
Absolutely. No, just a momentous day